5 years ago, the first ever AEW Double or Nothing took place in Las Vegas, Nevada. And ever since then, the company has been going stronger than ever with a lot of some obstacles here and there. But you know what? It is what it is because we're now into one of the major pay-per-view within AEW. And obviously, today's prediction video is AEW's Double or Nothing. That's going to be taking place this Sunday in Las Vegas, Nevada. Before I get started, hi, how are you doing? I'm Sienna SC Chanel. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, like this video, comment, share, and hit the bell icon for when I'll be dropping new videos in a long forum like this or a short forum like my YouTube shorts. And also make sure to follow me on all social media platforms. I'll have everything in the description bar below. And for today's sponsor video, well, let's gonna have my bestie take it away. Thank you, bestie. So today's sponsorship of this video is brought to you by SeatGeek. So I know there's gonna be a lot of sporting events, concerts, festivals, events, and everything that is going on. And I know that due to the state of this economy, ticket pricing are going into high. But with SeatGeek.com, it's a ticket website where the prices are very reasonable, and especially they have the color coding system to make sure of the pricing of the ticket is good, and also with the seat view as well. Now then, I got a code for y'all. So for first time user of SeatGeek, I'll give you my promo code if you use Sienna Chanel, and you'll save $20 off of your first SeatGeek purchase. So all I can say is use SeatGeek.com. If you can able to get the ticket, use that code, and then you'll be good to go. Available on the website and on the app. So thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. All right, we got the sponsorship out of the way. And also, if I look like this, I just came back from a concert. You probably saw it on my Instagram post. I had a great time. But anyway, let's talk about the pay-per-view right away. So we got 10 matches total, and I know that there's already a casino battle royal type of deal that's going to be taking place, which it hasn't even updated the info yet. And I'm sure we're going to be getting some more buy-in matches as well, but who knows, because I'm recording this, it's already past midnight. It's a Thursday here in California, so it's going to be posted right away before AEW Rampage will be airing on Friday, and of course AEW Collision on Saturday. So I'm just going to go over 10 matches total and then with my pick. And regarding with the card, it is a pretty stacked card though. You know, there's some it's I'm cool with this, some it's is it necessary? And I do have issues with one of the matches in particular, which I'm going to go into it later on, and you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's go ahead and start off with the AEW International Championship match between the current champ representing Undisputed Kingdom, Roderick Strong, versus Will Ospreay. So Will Ospreay won some type of a battle royal to get the #1 contendership spot for the AEW International Championship. The whole feud with Ospreay and Undisputed Kingdom has been pretty impeccable too. But I know this is going to be a banger of a match. And Roderick Strong, I mean, being somewhat of a co-leader of Undisputed Kingdom, filling in for Adam Cole. I do miss Roderick yelling, Adam! That is such a iconic catchphrase, right? Or whatever he yells someone's name too. Within the feud between each other, it's pretty entertaining at best. But I'm gonna go ahead and with my pick. It is so hard to choose from, but honestly I feel it's time for Will Ospreay to be the new champion. I mean, he's been killing it in AEW left and right. So I'm going with Will Ospreay to be the new AEW International Championship. And that way Roderick and the rest of the member of Undisputed Kingdom, they can definitely just go for a different feud alongside with Adam Cole, baby. Once he's all better and whatnot, but I'm here for it. Anyway, next up you have the AEW Women's Championship match between the current champ Timeless Toni Storm versus Serena Deebs. So Serena Deebs did make a return after, being gone for so many months due to an illness that she's been dealing with and whatnot. And I'm glad she's doing okay. That's all that matters too. But this feud has been pretty quite entertaining per se. I mean, not gonna lie, it is pretty quite entertaining. I mean, anything about Timeless Toni Storm has been so captivating. But, you know, in the latest feud with her and Deeps, like, the flag, I mean, Luther and Mariah May and Toni Storm, they did took Serenity Deep's flag. And, of course, they kind of, let's just say, Toni Storm did desecrate it by performing a striptease, but having the Deeps Dojo flag cover. Yeah, it's entertaining at best, but at least Serenity Deeps got her revenge on the recent episode of AEW Dynamite. But anything can happen. And honestly to say, I just feel it's just another filler match per se. So I'm going with Timeless Toni Storm to retain the title. And I feel like I said before on the previous AEW prediction video, because like right after Double or Nothing, you have Forbidden Door regarding with the state of like Mariah May as well, because she's also allies not just with Toni Storm, but her former like stablemate of Club Venus, Mina Shirakawa. I would love to see Toni's next opponent is Mina, not for just the title, but also about Mariah May as well. I mean, it'll be pretty quite interesting, right? Anyway, I'm going with Toni to retain a title. Next up, you have is the barbed wire steel cage match for the AEW TNT Championship match between the current champ, Adam Copeland, versus representing House of Black, Malachi Black. It's gonna be a brutal match in the making. Like, oh my god. As y'all know, Adam Copeland has been feuding with the House of Black for quite some time, with Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and now Malachi Black. And this is like a true testament to see how everything will be imploded. And if y'all know, like last week's episode of AEW Dynamite, Malachi Black did stole Adam Copeland's wedding ring, and he definitely did wear it on his match against Kyle O'Reilly on the last episode of AEW Dynamite, the go-home edition before Double or Nothing. And of course, Malachi Black got drenched in blood, Carrie-esque style. If you know the movie Carrie, if you know, you know, but yeah. We get to see the brute side of Adam Copeland, so that was kind of like a good callback for it. I mean, as much as this match is going to be brutal, I really want Malachi Black to be the new champion, but knowing with AEW, they just wanted to continue on with Adam Copeland's title run. So unfortunately for my pick, I'm going with Adam Copeland to retain the TNT Championship. I mean, it's sad though, because like Malachi Black deserved to have like a singles champion. I mean, he worked his butt off with AEW, and he finally had like a single match, you know, like a few weeks ago. And it's like, and he's been like in tag matches and trios matches. I feel like with AEW, they really need to figure out what to do with Malachi Black for sure. It is what it is. So Adam Copeland retained the title, but we'll see. Anyway, next up you have is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match between the current champ, Jon Moxley, versus Konosuke Takeshita. And here's the kicker. If Takeshita wins, he will receive a future IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. So this is going to be a pretty quite interesting match, but however, it just been announced at New Japan Pro Wrestling that Jon Moxley will be defending his IWGP World Heavyweight Champion against representing House of Torture, Evil. Yeah, you know how I feel about the House of Torture, and I don't know why they're still part of Bullet Club. Sometimes with New Japan Pro Wrestling, it can be very complicated. That's why I rarely watch New Japan Pro Wrestling as much. But anyway, I'm sure this match is going to be a banger. I know that like Blackpool Combat Club and the Don Callis family has been butting head to head with one another, mainly with Moxley and Takeshita. But for my pick, I'm going with Moxley. But anyway, next up, you have the singles match between Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. So y'all know Trent Beretta just turned heel not too long ago. He did cause Chuck Taylor a career-ending injury, and unfortunately, like, Chuck Taylor has to be retired, which is sad. But now it's like a feud in the making where like Orange Cassidy deserved to get revenge from Trent Beretta. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty cool match. But for my pick, it's obviously going to be Orange Cassidy to be the one to beat Trent Beretta. I do have a feeling we may be seeing some shenanigan going on, but anything can happen. Anyway, next up, you have the three-way FTW rules match for the FTW Championship match between the current champ, the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho versus Hook versus Katsuyori Shibata. Now, y'all know that Hook and Shibata did actually kind of like, co-pin it or something like that in a triple threat match on a recent episode of AEW Dynamite. It got complicated until they, of course, been ruled by AEW, make it a triple threat match. I'm not too high on this match, especially Chris Jericho being the FTW champion, but for my pick, I'm just going to say I'm going to go with Hook to be the new FTW champion. There you go. And I really don't want to see Jericho as champion. It's whatever, though. Next up, you have the 6-man tag team match for the Unified AEW World Trios Championship between the current champ, Bullet Club Gold, which is Jay White, and the Ass Boys, the Guns, versus the Death Triangle, Pac, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Rey Fenix. I'm super happy that Death Triangle is now reunited. Rey Fenix is ready to go, and I'm really looking forward to this match, especially with Bullet Club Gold. I'm just going to go ahead and with my pick right away because, honestly, Bullet Club Gold definitely need to focus on other agenda too. Mainly with Jay White. I want to see him in a singles picture. So I'm going to go with Death Triangle to be the new Unified World Trios champion. That way they can take over not only with AEW but also with Ring of Honor as well. So I'm more than happy to see it. But anyway, next up you have is the AEW TBS Championship match between the current champ Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. I understand the reason why they had to put the title on Willow Nightingale, because as you all know, at the last AEW pay-per-view, which is AEW Dynasty, Julia Hart did sustain an injury, and sending nothing but best wishes, speedy recovery to Julia Hart, so she's out for a few months. So I understand why they have to put the title on Willow Nightingale, but unfortunately, as much as I'm very happy for Willow Nightingale, but I hate to say it, she is a transitional champion. AEW is very high on Mercedes Moné, how they pushing her hard, and especially her first match is a title match. And like I said, when it comes to AEW with booking, especially when it comes to booking a Stardust debut, getting a championship opportunity, and also the women's division too, it's kind of a complete migraine. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go with my pick. I'm going with Mercedes Moné to be the new champion, and this really sucks. And I feel so bad for Willow Nightingale. I generally do, though. And not only that, I feel that the way they're gonna do is they're gonna have Chris Statlander turn heel, costing Willow the match. So that's how everything's gonna happen. But I do have a theory for that. Mercedes Moné is going to be holding that title. And I feel that the person that's going to be dethroning Mercedes Moné, once she makes her return, I honestly feel that it's going to be Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, to be the one that's going to be challenging Mercedes Moné for the title. Which pay-per-view? I'm going to pull the trigger, y'all. It's going to have to be AEW's All in London, England. That's how it's gonna turns out to be too. Once Mercedes Moné will be Willow Nightingale for the TBS Women's Champion, music hits, or maybe on Dynamite right after, the aftermath of Double or Nothing pay-per-view, the doctor will see you now. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, makes her return. There you go. Anyway, Mercedes Moné, to be the new champion. There you go. Next up, you have is the Anarchy in the Arena match between the Elite 2.0, the Young Bucks, Jack Perry, and Kazuchika Okada versus Team AEW. Bryan Danielson, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, also known as FTR, and Darby Allin, the guy that is not a freaking human. I swear to God, when it comes to Darby Allin, he's kind of the reanimator. Ever since, he injured his foot and then he got ran over by the bus. Like, jeez, Darby, when does he need to take a break, for crying out loud? Now that he had to postpone until next year to climb Mount Everest, like, I just can't. But as y'all know that he is a fill-in for Eddie Kingston. Unfortunately, Eddie Kingston suffered a knee injury that he has to be out for almost a year, which sending nothing but best of luck and speedy recovery, Eddie Kingston. But, you know, it is pretty unfortunate, but having Darby Allin, I mean, it makes sense, but, you know, But anyway, this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup, especially, like, you know, the babyface of AEW versus, of course, Elite 2.0. As y'all know, the Young Bucks are the EVP of the company, and y'all know that Elite 2.0 did brutally put Tony Khan, like, you know, with a different finisher from the Young Bucks. I mean, it's pretty much they're like wrecking havoc with AEW. But I'm going to go ahead with my pick. Obviously, when it comes to the Anarchy and Arena match, we're not going to be seeing the last of the Elite 2.0. So that's what I'm going for, Elite 2.0. So that way they can continue on to wreak havoc with AEW. And of course, they could, like, you know, be more, like, direct, especially to the baby faces of the AEW roster as well. I mean, they're pretty much doing a good job being as a heel as it is and being kind of, like, you know, having this corporate takeover altogether. But, yeah. Anyway, now, lastly, AEW World Championship match between the current champion, Swerve Strickland, versus the patriarchy, Christian Cage. Make sure you hide your dad and your grandpa, even your mother as well too, because he got Mother Wayne, of course. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty much a brutal match in the making. Their feud has been quite interesting. I'm so glad Prince Nana is back though, and we all know Nana stand his loyalty with Swerve Strickland ever since the rest of the member of the Embassy, Brian Cage and Gates of Agony, did turn on Swerve, you know, which is pretty sad, but now we all know what loyalty Prince Nana stand by too. And with this whole feud with, like, Swerve and Christian Cage has been really interesting. It has been pretty brutal as well too. Especially Christian did mention about, you know, him being a dad, mentioning his kids. Like, oh my god. Like, he literally went there. I mean, that's how Christian Cage is. He likes to insult people about their parenting, especially being a dad or deceased dad or grandpa, whatever. But yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead with my pick since this is Swerve Strickland's first title defense since he won that title off from Samoa Joe at AEW Dynasty. I feel like he's definitely gonna be retaining the title too. So anything can happen. I'm really looking forward to this. So Swerve Strickland to retain the title, and Christian Cage, I don't know, bother somebody else talking about their dad and grandpa, whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna go over one more time with my picks. So AEW International Championship. So I'm going with Will Ospreay to be the new champ over Roderick Strong. AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm to retain over Serena Deebs. The Barbara Steel Cage match for the TNT Championship match. Adam Copeland to retain over Malachi Black. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. I'm going with Jon Moxley over Konosuke Takeshita. Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. I'm going with Orange Cassidy over Trent Beretta. The three-way FTW rules match for the FTW Championship match. I'm going with Hook to be the new champion over Chris Jericho and Kazuchika Shibata. The six-man tag team match for the Unified World Trios Championship match. I'm going with Death Triangle to be the new champion over Bullet Club Gold. The AEW TBS Championship match, I'm going with Mercedes Moné to be the new champion over Willow Nightingale. The Anarchy in the Arena match, I'm going with the Elite 2.0 over Team AEW. And lastly, the AEW World Championship match, I'm going with Swerve Strickland to retain over Christian Cage. And that is it for the prediction video for AEW's Double or Nothing. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to the pay-per-view. What do you think of the matchup and whatnot? Comment down below. Make sure to like this video, share, hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. Also, hit the bell icon when I'll be dropping new videos. whether it's in the long forum or on YouTube Short. Also, make sure to follow me on all social media platforms. All the info will be in the description bar below. And also want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to SeatGeek.com for sponsoring this video. And that is it, y'all. Till then, this is your girl, Sienna SC Chanel. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day, night, whichever. And hope everyone has a very safe Memorial Day weekend, all right? Take care and